Welcome back to the Heal and Restore podcast with your host, me, of course, Randy, and the ever-talented and beautiful Miss Cathy.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Hi, babe. How are you today?
I'm good.
I got a little raspberry on my
I
nose.
see that. Had a little crash on your bike again.
That tree fell down in the middle of the road, and somehow I didn't see it.
You.
It tripped me.
It tripped you on your bike.
It was a bad one, too.
That's all right.
But I'm here.
You're good.
Remember, our heart is to help individuals and couples grow stronger through healing, honest conversations, and meaningful connection. Each week we talk about real-life topics like communication, forgiveness, intimacy, and we're talking emotional intimacy, right? Family and emotional health,
right?
Because healthy relationships begin with healed hearts. Thanks for tuning in as we take another step together toward restoring what matters most.
I keep looking at you grinning because this week we're switching things up a little. I get these little ideas and
yes, she does.
Sometimes I just run with them. So today I'll be interviewing my husband Randy for a raw, honest, and unscripted conversation. He has no idea.
No, none whatsoever.
What's coming at him.
Nope.
I haven't shared any of the questions with him ahead of time, so this should make for a really genuine and meaningful discussion. So, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're calling this episode, he doesn't even know the name of it, The Man I'm Becoming. What drives Randy to grow, heal, and help others?
Interesting.
Yeah. So we're gonna do things a little differently. We're gonna kind of look at each other like
I
a
gotta
real
look
interview.
at you?
Yeah, this is a little bit different interview. So I've got my questions here ready to go. And so are you ready?
I don't know if I am or not.
I'll just pray the words, God. Your words, Randy's mouth.
Yeah,
That's what we're gonna do. So my first question, when you look at the person you are today, what has driven you to become a better version of yourself?
First of all, I never thought I'd be this person.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so far in the dark hole that I had no idea that I could be this kind of person.
Yeah.
What drives me to be this?
Yeah. What has driven you to become a better version of yourself?
Well, it all started when I got in recovery, right? And it started when I discovered that men that have been abused have no place to turn.
Right.
Right? And my therapist and my counselors at Betty Ford encouraged me to maybe do something about that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So that kind of leads to my second question before you go too far in that. Was there a specific moment or a season in your life that you realized I need to change?
February 1st, 2006. Yep.
Yeah.
February 2006 when I was getting ready for that hunting trip.
Yeah.
All right. I had a brand new half gallon of Jack Daniels, and within 20 minutes, a quarter of the bottle was gone. And I remember walking into my house from the outside office, and I heard that voice that I heard in 1972. Randy, you get out of jail for your cards are used up.
Yeah, that's God's voice talking to you.
And I knew those words couldn't have been said any differently to make me go, okay, now I got to change, because I knew exactly what those meant.
Good.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that God spoke to you. First of all, glad He spoke to you. Second of all, glad you heard Him.
Yeah, because if I wouldn't listen to Him, I wouldn't be here.
No, not at all. So I have another question for you as we
Okay.
reflect on this. What does becoming a better person mean to you today? You can tell these are raw because he hasn't had any time to think.
First of all, it was reconnecting with God, right, and living by godly principles.
Good.
Right. It's becoming. It became and it still continues to grow to become a better husband.
Good.
All right. A better husband, a better father, a better grandfather, just a better contributing member to society. All right. I love helping people. Okay. All this is really important to me. I mean, the life I lived before, there was no freedom or peace in it.
Yeah.
It was constant chaos in my head, constant confusion, constant fear, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, many of our listeners do know that you had a childhood of sexual, physical, spiritual, emotional abuse that led to your addiction. But I have a question that kind of relates to that, not just for yourself, but other people, is do you think people are motivated more by their pain, purpose, love, or something else to grow and change?
I would hope that the first step is pain. They just get tired.
That was yours.
Yeah. The pain was just, nobody told me I had to get help. I was just at my wit's end.
Yeah.
Right. And then it turned into purpose.
I was going to say pain leads to purpose.
Pain
Usually.
leads to purpose.
Yeah, when the healing begins.
And then when you truly learn how to love, like the Bible tells us to love other people, that desire just keeps growing. Yeah. And as a lot of you know, I'm very passionate about what I do and what Cathy and I do.
Right. Yeah. No, that's good. I love that.
So,
So we're going to talk a little bit about your personal journey. We don't have all of the time, honey, so you know how to, well, do you know how to narrow it down? You have a tendency that, and it's your passion. I know that that's what it is, but he will talk and talk and talk because that is such a deep passion. So we're going to talk about a few questions related to your personal journey. And the first question I have is, what are some of the experiences in your life that have shaped who you are today?
Believe it or not, the old life, a lot. I look at it this way: everything we go through is a learning lesson, right? And people used to say, "Well, what can I learn from being abused?" I mean, that's nothing. Well, there actually, if you open your mind, there's a lot to learn, right? How not to abuse your children, how not to parent your child, how not to be a husband, right? So that you learn a lot from that, okay? And then just going through with my mentors, right? You know, opening up, turning, you know, stuff I've been carrying for a long time that I didn't realize was bothering me, right? So it's just becoming, I remember this. When I finished my 4th and 5th step in AA, all right? And I think it was the day that I finally forgave Jack, if I remember right. And I was driving back to the office, and all of a sudden I started looking around my truck going, what's going on? What's this feeling? And the feeling was is that I had no more secrets. Right. All right? I have no more secrets.
Everything was exposed.
Everything had been exposed in my life.
I love
right?
that. I love that.
So, and that's, if you're a married couple, no secrets are allowed. Right. As hard as it is, you have to divulge everything.
Yeah, you carried your secret into your first marriage.
Yeah, I carried that secret into my first marriage, and it destroyed it.
Yeah. So, being that you've been on this journey for 20 plus years, the recovery journey has been 20 plus years, but you started your healing journey actually way back. It took a while to get to the recovery part of it. But have there ever been moments where you felt like just giving up on your growth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like living life on life's terms is not an easy thing sometimes, right? I mean, that's something you learn in recovery, that you got to live life on life terms. And they call it a pink cloud. I was always warned, be careful, the pink cloud's going to crash, it's going to crash. And I didn't allow any of that to come into my head. Right? But there's definitely times, I mean, look, I was on my deathbed in 2007, right? True. I mean, I've stayed sober through that. I've had, you know, just recently the heart issue, right? I stayed sober through that. There's a lot of times when you question what God's really doing in your life, but, you know, the Bible says that He'll never let a wrong go bad, or, go astray. And I use all that for my benefit. I mean, I was just talking to, I'm doing some really deep work with a particular person right now. And I don't tell the story a lot about my motorcycle accident. And I was telling her about it because something happened in that last treatment. And I just said, I don't tell a lot of people. I'm real cautious who I tell it to. She goes, Randy, you need to tell that story to everybody, right? It's a powerful story. It's a true story. and it's a story of revelation almost. So
yeah, you had to be honest with yourself in order to help your growing.
Yeah, you got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
The program says, and I know we keep talking about the program, but everybody needs to do the program. we must become rigorously honest, and that honesty must start with yourself.
Right.
You must be honest with yourself about yourself.
True. You
got to get out of denial. If you're an abuse survivor, it's okay. You've got to face it.
Yeah.
Right? There is some help out there. You've just got to face everything that you've been
kind of stuffing away.
Kind of stepping away, going around. Yeah. You got to go right through it. I mean, there's no getting around it.
No.
Because until that, and another really important part was getting back the relationship with God.
Well, that's kind of my next question.
Right.
It's going to lead to that, because when we first got married, there was no God in our marriage. There was no God in our life. We each independently had experiences of faith and experiences of church and religion. But how has your faith, your marriage, or the people in your life influenced the person you are becoming today?
Wow. The third step of AA says we a higher power, not a higher power.
Yeah.
Why is it slipping my mind?
Because you're working on so many things right now.
Yeah, so it's basically.
Can't believe that a power greater than
No, that's step two, right?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing this step work.
I know I'm doing the same thing I talk about all the time. That a God of our understanding, right? We've come to believe that a God of our understanding can help us, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's happened in the programs, and I'm sorry that I got to say this is the absolute truth. It's all gone to new wave gods: the rock, the ocean, the trees.
Yeah.
Right. And the truth of the matter is, the program was written by very spiritual people. It's biblically based, and it's that relationship can't be with a rock or a tree or the ocean or the sky. It has to be with the true Father God, Yahweh. Right? Yeah. That's the only one that's going to, and if you don't have God at the center of your recovery,
your marriage,
solid, your marriage, it's likely going to fail. And I've seen it happen a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
I can say that when we first got married, you had nothing nice to say about God. And I know why. It was because of your past. There's no question about that. But you have transitioned into a faithful spiritual man. And it's so emotionally, it just draws it out of me, because that's something that I didn't know I needed.
Right.
But I get today.
Right.
And I'm grateful for that.
Thank you
for that.
And actually, Cathy's the one that found my purpose for me. We were at the Rock Church in San Diego, and we were in their bookstore, and she was looking at a book. It was on abuse of some kind, and in it was a scripture, Genesis 50:20, right? And we all walk around saying, why, right? Genesis 50:20 says, what man meant for harm, God meant for good. He brought you to this place to save the lives of many people. And that's my life scripture, right? All I went through, everything I went through, was so I could do what I'm doing today. Right. Because you cannot transmit something you don't have.
No, and that kind of leads into this next little section I want to talk about, is about helping others.
Right.
Because you know and I know, in recovery, we got to give it away to keep it.
Yeah.
That's what they say. So what drives you to help other people?
I know what's on the other side.
And what is that?
Absolute peace, serenity, and a life beyond your wildest expectations. Is it going to be perfect? No. The one thing that the Bible promises, and Jesus promises us, is only one thing: trials and tribulations. You're going to have them.
And how we navigate.
It's how you navigate through them now, knowing that there's a better way to navigate through them, right? And that nothing that you can take is going to make it better. Right. Right.
Nothing you can take, nothing you can do, no relationship, nothing is going to change that.
When we lived on the beach, and Cathy and I would go down to Laguna Beach a lot of time, even after we moved to the desert. You look at the ocean and the sunsets about the late afternoon. Diamonds on the Water, called them, remember?
Yeah, Diamonds on the Water.
And I remember I did a lot of work in Laguna Beach, and we're up on the hills there. And we'd smoke a joint at the end of the day, trying to make the diamonds better.
Diamonds are diamonds. You can't make them any better.
You can't make them any better. And if you think they're better, it's a false...
I will want to say this was way before recovery. This is when you were...
Yeah.
We didn't do this.
No. This is way before recovery.
Yeah.
I think it was way before I even met you.
Probably.
It was.
It was way before we even got
exactly.
together.
So nothing's going to make what you're facing better.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to do is having faith in God, right? That His will be done, not ours, right? And, I got to say this. In the prayers of the Alcoholics Anonymous are great prayers, and at the end of every prayer it says, "Thy will be done, not mine." Think about this. Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Father, if it's your will, please take this cup from me, but thy will be done, not mine. Right? Why aren't churches preaching that?
We're not going there.
Well, I know, but I'm not going to go there. But that's the truth of the matter.
No,
that
you had to rely on God's will for everything.
For everything, right? And it wasn't an easy journey, right?
So, when you're helping others, why do you think people's stories or their struggles matter so much to you?
Because I can relate, right? And it's only by relating that I can help them, right? And that's what most of our clients and people that we've worked with over the years, that's why we're so attractive to them, because we can relate to them.
We've experienced what they're in the midst of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so,
and that's that we can't transmit what we don't have.
No, we can't. And I know that we've told a lot of our clients, and I've told a lot of people, man, look at, we can't do this recovery stuff. When I say we, Cathy and I can't do what we do alone. We need more warriors like you. And as you work through this, right, we want you to become a warrior with us. And some of them have, right? Some of them are still struggling to do it, but we can't do it by ourselves.
No,
and so
not at all.
The big thing is that now that you've got the freedom, we want you to help other people.
Yeah,
right?
No, that's good.
Well, the theory is that in business, you want to I strove to make my employees better than me, right? And Jesus said, "Greater works will you do than I have done."
So we want to get them better.
We want to get right, exactly.
Want them to do better.
Right, exactly.
No, that's good. So I know the answer to this one. I knew the answers to most of these, but have you ever wondered if your own struggles were preparing you to help someone else? And I'll say that prior to you finding your life scripture, what was going through your mind in that wondering of your struggles?
It's the concept of why.
Yeah.
That question of why. And, that scripture helped me a lot. And what I can say is, instead of saying why, if I could have been around the people that helped me, if I could have opened my mind and said, what's the purpose of this? What am I supposed to learn from this? And what is it preparing me for?
Right.
Right. So you got to kind of look at that. I know it's hard,
right?
Because when you've been abused, there is a lot of pain that's involved in that,
and
right?
a lot of negative mindset.
A lot of negative mindset.
Such a dark space.
Yeah. In fact, I used to post some stuff on a couple survivor things on Facebook, and I quit because every time I brought up God, I just got hammered. Well, I'm not gonna, Yet those,
they're struggling. So bad.
And yet those people are my favorite people to work with, because I can relate.
Yeah. So, what do you hope people experience when they talk with you or hear your story? What do you hope people experience when they hear you?
The first thing is, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I got somebody here that understands me, that doesn't want to try to fix me. That's a big thing, right?
Yeah.
That's going to listen to me, right? That's going to hear what I have to say.
Good.
Right? That, the important part about communication is not talking.
Yeah.
It's listening.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the big thing, is that they know that even when they meet with Cathy and I, with our coaching stuff, they know that we're going to listen and hear what they have to say, and try to understand and work on understanding what they're telling
and meeting them where they are.
And the most important thing to be done is you meet them right where they're at.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not above and we're not below. We've been in their shoes. We know what it's like.
Yeah, and being that we've been coaching now together for 4 years, you've done it much longer than I have, but I kind of was doing it just not in this capacity. But is there a difference of wanting to fix people and simply walking alongside them?
A huge difference.
Yeah, what is that difference?
I'll give an example. Remember in early recovery, I had that one gentleman that actually helped me at Betty Ford. And he was struggling really bad, and I was always fighting to help him, to fix him. And Cathy one day, she says, "Aren't you tired?" I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "You ought to hear yourself talking about trying to help this guy." It's like, wow, I'm exhausted, right?
Fixing will exhaust you. I have been there. I tried to fix you.
You can't
Did
fix
everything
people.
I could.
No, you've got to give them the tools that you've been given. Walk with them. It's up to them to pick up those tools. It's up to them to, if they need to call you, to call you. You can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do, right? Sometimes you got to give them enough rope just to hang themselves.
Right, and I know that sometimes I've heard and I've seen where people are fixing, and they end up struggling more as a result of that.
That saying, you cannot transmit something you don't have, includes the recovery part,
right, yeah.
Not just the painful part.
Yeah.
So if you can't fix yourself, how can you fix anybody? Or you can't fix anybody. But if you can't help yourself or fix yourself, how can you help anybody else?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Because all you got is
you're just spinning circles.
It's spinning circles. You don't have the tools of recovery applied in your life.
Yeah, that's good. So I want to talk a little bit about growth and transformation, because that is the key to where you are today, I believe. And so I'm going to ask you, what is one area that you're still working on to become a better person?
You know the answer. You know the answer to this.
I want our listeners to hear from you, though.
Well, the one thing I know about recovery, no matter how much work you do, there's always deeper work that's going to show up. And over the course of the last 6 months or more or less, a lot of the past, not my abuse, has been coming up, like high school and things that I didn't get to do, and no support from the parents, right? And I'm trying to figure out why I'm working on figuring out where that's coming from, right? And what was revealed to me in my last session, and it was through a dream, and Cathy really helped me on this, is that I've been trying to relive my past, the good parts of it.
Wow.
And I can't.
Yeah.
Right? And there was a dream, I'll just say it. The dream I had a couple nights ago, I was fighting my stepfather. I wanted to beat him so bad. And I'm swinging at him, and no matter how close I got to him...
It woke me up. Let me tell you, he was fighting.
Yeah. It was like my swings were going right through him.
Like a ghost.
And that's what Cathy said.
It's like a ghost.
It's like I'm chasing the ghost of my stepfather. I'm chasing the ghost of what I didn't have in high school, what I didn't have growing up. And I can't continue to do that.
No,
right?
not benefiting.
I didn't know I was doing it until this last session. More is going to be revealed on Monday. I know it is. And with Cathy there, guiding me and making these suggestions. Sometimes I don't want to hear what Cathy has to say, but right now...
that's a good marriage right there, right?
Yeah. Right now my job is, while I'm doing this treatment, that I have to listen to Cathy.
Yeah.
Right, and she hasn't steered me wrong yet. So
I don't ever have that in my heart to steer you wrong by any means.
No.
It's just sometimes hard to hear. I get it.
And I'll be honest with you too. We've had some terrible things happen to us in the church. I'm not going to go into that, but it's got me real frustrated, and it's okay to get mad at God, right? Absolutely, if He knows you're mad, so just tell Him and get it out. So, I've been struggling with that for quite a while, and it's getting better.
You're doing the work to get yourself into a better mindset.
Right, exactly. You can't just pray it to go away. There's work to it. Right, exactly.
Well, so then the next question I have about growth and transformation is, what does accountability look like? What does accountability look like to you in your life?
Walking the talk, right? Doing what I'm going to say I'm going to do. And if I trip, which I do occasionally, make an amends. Not an apology. An amends is an apology with action, right? So you just... Cathy, the other day when I was upset with you, I should have never treated you that way. I just had a bad day. You don't have to justify. You don't even justify it. Just know that that's not the person I am, and I'm working real hard. I'm changing that behavior.
Yeah, and I think accountability is important to have people in your life.
It's real important to have people in your life.
And that's one of the things that we really strive on in our coaching with our clients. Is not only making them accountable to themselves and accountable to their relationship, but accountable to us as well. So it's important to take action in your accountability.
Absolutely. And you want to have good accountability partners. You don't want people that's going to co-sign your garbage. You want, and pat you on the back and say, yeah, it's all right. She's a big problem anyways. Maybe you just better let her go. No, you don't want that.
No, and that kind of leads to my next question when it comes to growth and transformation, and that's, how do you respond when someone points out an area where you still need to grow? Because I know I can get defensive, but my initial reaction is defense.
Well, I know that in all my recovery with my mentors and stuff, I had great mentors. I never argued with them.
No.
They pointed stuff out to me. Just my wife. Because she's my wife. But, sometimes it's like, it's okay to agree to disagree, number one. And remember, just because another person has an opinion different than yours, right, doesn't mean they're right.
I think too.
And if they're pointing something out, right, instead of getting defensive, say, thanks for letting me know that. I'm going to take a look at that.
Yeah, it's self-reflection. That's kind of what I was going to say. That's your best opportunity for
self-reflection. Self-reflection is extreme, and that's where that rigorous honesty comes into play.
Yeah, you have to be honest with yourself. So the last question I have under the growth and transformation category is, what would you say to someone who wants to change but feels stuck in their past? You've been there.
I've been there. You know what? You got to check your ego and your pride, right? And find somebody that you can fully trust with your story and your life, to be quite frank, right? That's really important, because if you're being stuck, there's a couple things. I'm going to say it. The person that might be helping you might not be the right person.
That could happen.
That could happen. You're probably not doing the work that you need to do.
Right? If you're not being guided correctly. That'll happen.
And it's understandable to get stuck.
Yeah.
This is how important a mentor is. I was stuck one time, and I went to my mentor. I said, Dave, I don't know what's going on. I'm in this groove. I can't get out of it. He did this. Super simple.
It was great.
He grabbed my shoulder and says, step to the right, you keep on running into the same tree. This forest is full of trees, and you keep running into the same one. There's a nice clear path right here.
Just step to the right or step to the left.
And that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Remember, this journey takes willingness and open-mindedness.
Yeah.
It doesn't, just a little bit. Just crack it open, and that's going to get you through it.
Yeah, that's really good. So I have a few more questions here as we kind of wind this down. I'm loving this so far. I hope you are too. Surprise?
Of course.
Yeah. So I have a question. What keeps you going when the work of growth and helping others becomes difficult? We've experienced that sometimes. We get really challenged. So what keeps you going when that growth and...
I'm not in charge of them. I'm not in charge of their recovery. We're just here to give them the tools. Yeah. And if they want to struggle, that's on their own.
Right.
It's like we tell people, we'll walk through hell with you. We'll hold your hand right through the middle of hell. But if you want to stay there, good luck.
We're going to let go.
We'll let go, and we'll be on the other side. We're ready to come out.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
they've got to want it, and that's
right.
it's the openness and willingness to heal on any healing journey, whether it's a recovery. Well, recovery is overall healing of life.
Right.
And so, taking back what God's intended for us to be.
It's just not alcohol and drugs and whatever ism there is. Those are symptoms of much deeper underlying issues. And the big book tells us that on it's off of page 64. And we have to face those things in order to heal from them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and if they're not willing, we can't make them.
We can't make them.
We're going to exhaust ourselves trying to get there.
Right.
So we're not going to do that. I have a good question now.
Oh, no.
If you could speak to the younger... Ooh, I'm almost going to cry saying this. If you could speak to the younger version of yourself, what would you tell him?
Run.
I don't think so. If you could speak to the younger version of yourself, what would you tell him?
You're okay. You're going to be okay. You are worthy of everything God has to offer you. You're worthy of love, right? You're not an idiot. You're not stupid. You're being told that by people that are evil, and all they want to do is hurt you. I know it's hard, right? I know it's hard, but just do the best you can to work through it, and then when you're 18, you can go.
Even if they're not 18, because some of these people carry this through into their adult life. You carried it into your adult life, so you're talking to that little boy that 38 years you carried all this pain.
Listen to that little boy.
Yeah.
There's it's
nurture him.
Nurture him. It's that inner child work that a lot of people go, that's new wave or that. No, it's some of the best work you can do because that little boy is still deep within our subconscious mind. Begging, crying for attention and love and understanding and looking for help.
Yeah,
right? Exactly.
So true. So, what do you hope your life ultimately says about the power of healing, growth, and second chances?
Well, it's like in all my books. It's hope and healing. It's just that there is hope, and it's okay to make mistakes, right? I mean, that was a big thing that I still work on. When I made a mistake, it was like, oh, yeah, just like my stepfather said, I'm an idiot. I'll never amount to nothing, right? But it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn, right? It's not failure.
How we grow.
It's how we grow.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, people are going to argue with me, but I don't believe in the word failure, right? It's a word. And I think the only way we fail is if we sit down and don't do nothing to better ourselves.
Right.
Again, it boils down to this. If I prepared for a talk somewhere and I had it all prepared and it was going perfect, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but something crashed. All right. Oh man, that thing failed. I mean, I don't know what happened. I got halfway through it, and all of a sudden it went sideways. It's a big failure. No, it's not. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to learn.
Absolutely.
I often say to our clients is I love the challenges because growth happens through the challenges.
Absolutely.
And so same thing with that growth happens through that challenge.
Yeah, what can I do different? What do I have to do different? That's where you have a good mentor that's going to work with you and say, hey, let's walk through it together.
Let's find some clarity in what happened.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're not a failure by any means. Right?
Yeah. All right, so I have a final, powerful closing question. Randy.
That's my name.
When your life is all said and done, what do you hope people say you gave them?
Hope. Hope I left a good legacy for everybody. Not only for the people we help, but for our children, our grandchildren, and
the people we touch.
The people we touch, right? I want them to be able to say, Randy was one that struggled for as many years, but yet he turned that around to help people like us, right? And I don't want to. On my funeral, I don't want just the family there. I want a lot of people there. I want them to, honor me for what I did.
Yeah, celebrate you.
To
For all your
celebrate me
accomplishments.
for all my accomplishments.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't want to be known as an alcoholic, drunk, thug, and all that.
Right. No, that's good. How you feel?
Okay.
Was it comfortable reflecting on these things?
No, I was comfortable.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to close this out with a couple things here. I want to, first of all, thank you for being willing to go along with some
Did I have a choice?
No, but you always say yes to my crazy things, so I appreciate that.
Yep.
I do want to just thank our listeners too for taking the time to listen today. I know it was a little off track of some of the things that kind of some of the things we talk about, but it was some of the things we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But I also just want to remind our listeners too that we do offer, if you are struggling, if you have had experiences of your past and you need some work and healing in those areas, here at Heal and Restore Counseling, we do offer a 1-hour no-cost discovery session. You can visit our website at healandrestorecounseling.com and click on the link to contact us. We'll get back to you very quickly. Usually, I say within 24 hours, but I don't do 24. I do like 3, 4, 5 hours at the most.
Yeah.
I'm just really kind of one of those A personalities where I've got to stay on top of things. So we'll reach out to you and schedule that 1-hour discovery session. If you're local to us here in Arizona, we'd love to do them in person. But if you're not, because we do have clients throughout the whole country, we can do it online as well. So don't hesitate if you're hearing this and you're living not local to us. We're more than happy to reach out to you and we can work with you on that. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit, because I think one of the things that has driven Randy to be who he is today is his books. And we have a plethora of books that he has written, and I'm just going to list them here. You can find them all on Amazon, and I'll let Randy kind of finish out with the one that he's in the process of now. But his very first book he wrote, which was his heart and soul of who he is today, and that is the Healing the Wounded Child Within. You can find that on Amazon. That's on paperback and Kindle, correct?
And Audible.
And Audible.
All these books are on all 3 of them.
Okay, and then the Healing Path is another book that he's recently released.
The Survivor's Guide
to Healing from Abuse. Then we have some marriage books that he's worked hard on. I've kind of put my 2 cents in, but he's done most of the work on them. And that first one is How to Heal and Restore Your Marriage. It's a 4-step process, part of our HEAL program, HEAL. He also has Renewing Bonds, Hearts Reunited, and his very first devotional he put out is the 30-day devotional to wholeness, and that has been a really good devotional for couples, but for individuals as well. But his newest...
Well, we got Quit Taking Things Personally, too.
We got Quit Taking Things Personally.
Right.
That's right. That's another good one. But his newest devotional that I'm excited to read is for couples specifically, and it's Healing Together. It's a 30-day devotional for rebuilding love, trust, and connection. And then you've got another book you're working on. You can see that Randy's heart is, he wants to get out to people and reach people as far as he can.
Yeah, the new book is called Understanding the Long-Term Effects of Childhood Abuse.
And why are you writing that book?
Because people have no idea what abuse does to people, the long-term effects of it.
Yeah, and we're finding this out through clients.
Through clients.
One client or the other has experienced, whether it's emotional abuse is abuse, no matter how you call it. But the other person doesn't quite understand it. So this is going to help that family member.
Yeah, we just don't get over it like a lot of people say. Well, they just get over it. No, we don't.
Nope. No, so that book you're working on, and that is an exciting book to come out. Right. And being a family member is going to be a book that I think will definitely draw you in.
It's for it's kind of for both, but I'm writing it for family members, friends, so they can learn to understand it.
Yeah, help them to understand it. So, you want to close this out with your?
Is that it?
That's it.
We're done?
Yes.
Okay. Then I guess I'll close this out.
Thank you.
Remember this, everybody. Nobody tells her they love you today. Randy does.
Cathy does.
More importantly, God does. Be blessed, everybody. Have a fabulous week.
Have a great week.